Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Welcome into the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of the 2018 American Legion AA Northwest Regional Tournament as we have the nightcap game on day 3, Washington at Idaho. We'll go ahead and start with our starting lineups with Washington because they are the away team in this setup. And leading it off will be number 2, Trace Townsend, the second baseman. Batting second will be Jack Vanderbrake, number 5. He'll be at shortstop. Holding down first will be number 15, Devin Garner. He's batting third. Batting fourth will be Spencer Bailey, number 10. He'll hang out at center field. Tanner Klein, number 7, the catcher, will bat fifth. Batting sixth is Peyton Andrus. He is number 20, and he's the man on the hill. Batting seventh will be the right fielder, number 15, Carson Vick. Anthony Tatro, number 6, will bat eighth. He's hanging out in left field. And the third baseman, Brady Helgeson, will bat ninth, number 21, the third baseman. Now for our home team, Idaho, it'll be Braxton Mills, number 1, hanging out in left field, leading things off. The shortstop will bat second. That's number 5, John Milner. The pitcher, Carson Smith, number 17, will bat third. Batting fourth will be number 9, Riley Harrison. He'll hang out in right field. Matthew Reynolds will hold down first base, number 22, batting fifth. Batting sixth will be Alex Nealback. He is the second baseman. Number 4, Isaiah Vega, will bat seventh and hold down third base. The catcher will bat eighth. That's number 25, Charlie Tettinger. And rounding it out is the center fielder, number 3, Jake Jablonski. Our officials, Leo Curiel will be behind the plate, the UIC. Brian Larson at first base, Eric Holden at second, and Randy Sutton will hold out at third base. So starting lineups as we go through. Matthew Reynolds being introduced. So the lineups being started out here, and Idaho wearing their bright orange jerseys. A little partial to orange, that's my favorite color, so get a little bit excited when I see boys wearing, baseball athletes wearing the colors. So we're going to have the Legion Code of Honor. So winner of this game will move on the winner's side, and the loser will fall to the loser's side of the bracket. 2 games tomorrow at 4 and 7. We are down to 4 teams. Hawaii and Alaska sent home today. Wyoming and Montana moving on with wins. So that's the picture as of now. I'll get a little deeper into it as we move through the game and right through things here. Nice little crowd at Ogren Park for today's game. We're going to have the national anthem, so we'll step aside for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll have first pitch right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Allegiance Field in Ogren Park, Missoula, Montana, as we get ready for our ceremonial first pitch and get underway on our nightcap game between Washington and Idaho. And the ceremonial first pitch is about to be thrown out. That one's just a little bit outside. Always the ceremonial first pitch thrown out by a veteran. That's the great thing about the Legion program, Legion Baseball, Legion. They honor our veterans no matter what service you came from. As we get ready to go here in the bottom of the day. The final game on day 3 as we move to semifinal Saturday tomorrow. Games at 4 and 7. We know Montana will play. We know Wyoming will play. Now it's just to decide who Montana and Wyoming will play. So we're just about ready to go. Idaho will take the field first. Washington will be at the plate. And I'm going to look at a game time temp. The 4 o'clock game, we had a 101 game time temp. I'm hoping we cooled off a little bit. It doesn't feel like it, though. Smoky skies here in Missoula coming in from surrounding fires, and we've dropped down to 98 degrees, so that is a bonus here in Missoula. It's supposed to be back down into the 80s tomorrow. That'll be refreshing after a couple of days touching the 100 mark. Our pitcher for Idaho, Carson Smith, warming up on the bump. It's going to be Carson Smith versus Peyton Andrus. No DH with either team for the nightcap game. Idaho holding on to a win last night over Wyoming. They would go out and throw up 8 runs in the 3rd inning and get out to a stretch lead. At that point, it was 12-2. And then Wyoming would come rushing back, only able to get 7 runs in before the end of the game. So here we come to Trace Townsend, the second baseman, number 2. So Carson Smith ready for the first pitch, and it's going to come in at 7:23 p.m., and it's going to be outside for ball 1. So Trace Townsend facing the 1-0, and we'll be back outside on the right-handed batter for ball 2. (2-0) on the count, or no, we're going to say even at 1. Now we'll get strike 2, so 1-2 on the count to the leadoff man on the game. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to bounce out to the third baseman. He'll pick it up on the bounce. The throw to first is on target, and 1 down to start out the game. So we go to the shortstop, number 5, Jack Vanderbrake. And Vanderbreak will settle in. Vanderbreak settling in. One out, nobody on. Here's the pitch by Smith, and it'll be swung on for strike one. The Smith pitch. And we'll go even. One down, nobody on here in the first inning. Washington versus Idaho. Both teams will move on. Only one will stay on the winner's side of the bracket as we get strike two by Carson Smith. Shadow starting to overtake the infield at the baseball park as we'll have ball two. Two, one out, nobody on. Here's the pitch by Smith. Swung on, and it's tipped backwards. Keeps us at 2-2. And Carson Smith wanting a fresh one as that one came off the concrete barrier. And Leo will put it back into his pocket. So 2-2 with one down. Idaho has the third baseline dugout since they are the home team. This one swung on, and we'll have the first strikeout of the game for out number two. Vanderbreak will go down swinging. We go to Devin Garner, the first baseman, number 14, with two down and nobody on. Here's the first pitch, and it's going to be high and outside for ball one. Vanderbreak with the strikeout, so Garner lets it go by, and he'll have strike one. 1-1 on the count to the first baseman. Spencer Bailey in the on-deck circle with two down and nobody on. Here's the pitch, and we'll have strike two. So Carson Smith coming out to play. Good crowd here for the evening game. Pitch on the way. And we'll go even at 2. Devin Garner, the first baseman, with a 2-2 count. Here's Carson Smith with the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to be popped up into center field. Center fielder looks for it. It's in the glove, and that's the side. So 3 up, 3 down for Washington. We go to Idaho's turn right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at mpsn406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. npsn.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to Legion's Field at Ogren Park. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the bottom of the first inning between Washington and Idaho. Idaho holding off Washington with no runs, so Idaho will have their chance. Peyton Andrus on the bump for Washington, and Braxton Mills to lead off the inning, the left fielder. So it's Mills, Milner, and Smith on the schedule for the first inning. We have 4 teams left. Idaho and Washington, they will move on and stay in it. Hawaii and Alaska sent home today by Montana and Wyoming. So Montana, Wyoming, Washington, and Idaho stay in it. And we go to the first pitch of the bottom of the first. Braxton Mills in the box, and Andrus will send it. This one's going to be fouled off down the first base line into the party deck area for strike one. So Braxton Mills in the box to start things off for Idaho. Idaho would have a big one last night. We would actually go 3 hours and 20 minutes on that game as this one swung on for strike two. Thought we were going to get the 10-run rule in the fifth, but Wyoming said, nope, we're not going to shut the door. And they earned the runs to keep themselves alive. And, well, not enough, as we'll have a strikeout to start the game. For out number one. We go to John Milner. Off the strikeout swinging by Mills. Milner, the shortstop. He'll settle in. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and this one is into center field. Center fielder can't get to it. It'll hop, and we'll have our first hit of the game. It'll come on the behalf of Idaho. So we go to Carson Smith, the pitcher now. Pitcher versus pitcher duel. Big debate in baseball about the designated hitter protecting the pitcher. Depends on which side you're on, NL or AL, whether you are in favor of the DH. Here's the throw to first on the pickoff, and the runner will get back in. I have no particular favor to NL or AL, but it's really dependable for me. Here's the pitch over the plate for strike one to Carson Smith. I mean, there's a lot of pitchers out there, especially at this level, that have the ability to swing the bat. I can understand on the teams that have pitchers that are not able to swing the bat to have the DH in there. I just think it depends on the batter themselves. Here's the pitch, and we'll be outside for 1-1 on the left-handed batter. Riley Harrison in the on-deck circle with one on and one out. Here's the stretch, and this one's going to be hit into the soft spot into left field. On the bounce, on the line drive, and Idaho with runners at first and second with one out. So we go to Riley Harrison now. Runners at first and second take their lead. Andrus with the stretch. And that one is upstairs for ball one. Matthew Reynolds in the on-deck circle. Harris hanging out in right field. Waits for the Andrus pitch. Runners at first and second take their lead. Swung on, and this was going to foul up over our heads to get a strike one. But when you have a game like Idaho did last night, you wonder what's in the tank, as that game stretched out late into the evening. Of course, they did have a full day to recover today, but baseball's a mental game. Swung on. This one's down the first baseline fair. First baseman will bobble it. He'll turn around, steps on the bag on his knees, and they say safe as he couldn't control it. And that will load up the bases. Will they mark that as a hit or an error? We'll see what the official scorer says. And we go to Matthew Reynolds. And it looks like they're going to charge an error to Washington. So we'll go ahead and copy. Matthew Reynolds, the first baseman now, with loaded bases and one out. Washington Trying to get out of it, and here's the hit to center field. Center fielder backs up. It's in the glove. Runner at third will tag. And Idaho will find themselves on the board on the sac fly. So that takes us to Alex Nealback, the second baseman. Nealback to settle in. One out. Runners at first and second. And the first pitch to Nealback. He'll let it go by for strike one. Our plate umpire, Leo Kira, who is the UIC, giving us the guttural strike call. I always think back to, and this is going to age me, but loaded weapon. Here's the pitch, and that one is strike two. But I believe it was the second one where the detective was down as the umpire, dancing on the strike calls, overemphasizing. Here's the pitch. And we'll have ball one. Isaiah Vega in the on-deck circle. And the pitch. Swung on. This will be fouled off. Batter will stay alive at 1-2. One out. Runners at first and second for Idaho. They've earned one run to take the early lead. And the pitch. Check swing. They're going to say ball two. They look down the line, and our first base umpire, Brian Larson, says ball two. So 2-2 on the count to the second baseman. Andrus will step off the rubber. Now puts his left foot back up there. And the pitch. Swung on. This one was going to get off the heel of the pitcher. It's going to roll into center field. They'll bring the runner around from second, around the corner to third, and Idaho puts a second run up on the board here in the bottom of the first, and they keep the cycle going with runners at first and second. That takes us to Isaiah Vega, the third baseman. Vega to settle in on the right side of the plate. Andreas wanting the pitch, and he's going to have the catcher go ahead and come on out. Catcher for Washington tonight is Tanner Klein, and he'll oblige to check in with his pitcher. Hawaii, we have the county fair going on here in Missoula this week, and Hawaii expressing interest to go to the fair. Not quite sure if they're going to make the trip or not, but kind of cool for them to come and check out our little county fair. Here's the pitch, and we'll have ball one. Isaiah Vega, the third baseman. Vega settles in. He's kind of deep in the box. The pitch, runner's going to go at second to third, line down, throw down the line, and runner is safe, and both runners will move. So runners at second and third. Pitch thrown was a strike. So Idaho going to work right away. Now Andrus with the pitch. Swung on. This one's popped down the first base line. It's going to be out of play. First baseman making an effort, but it's in the rocky area below the party deck, and we'll have strike two. So tomorrow, 2 games, 4 and 7. Sunday is 1 game, 1:30 for the championship. If it's the first loss in that championship game for the losing team, well, we'll have a second game at 4 o'clock. Here's the pitch, and we're upstairs for ball 2. Be interesting how it goes. You know, the Double-A tournament here in Montana, we would actually have the bonus game as it would work out for the Double-A level. For the A level, it played straight through, and we'd have a championship on the first championship game. This one's into center field. It's got a leg. It's back and in the glove, and that's the side. So Idaho will earn 2. They'll leave 2, and we go to the top of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 size indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop into 10
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton, Coleman Catton. Coleman Caton. Just wanted to see if we get a look from him. Our cameraman working the video camera for you guys so you get the best view possible. Top of the second. Idaho leads 2-0. Washington at the plate, and it's going to be Spencer Bailey to roll this one to the shortstop. The throw to first, and we've got the first out of the second inning. That takes us to Tanner Klein, the catcher. So Klein to settle in. As we get set to go. Pitch on the way. And we'll slide over the plate for strike 1. Folks, if you're listening in, you've got yourself a Twitter account. Well, get at us at MPSN 406 on Twitter. Coleman will interact with you, if you will. And that's going to bring the coach on out to speak with Carson Smith. Not sure what he saw that he wasn't happy with what Carson Smith has done to warrant him to come out. Maybe they're not getting the signals in on the pitches like they're supposed to. Hard to say. He'll jog back to the dugout. One of the few coaches that I see that jogs back to the dugout after a visit. Most of them enjoy the stroll back. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that's down the first baseline foul for strike 2. 0-2 on the count, 1 down. Second batter of the inning in Tanner Klein. Peyton Andrus in the on-deck circle. And we'll have this one slide over. Nope, it's going to be outside for ball 1. I thought we were going to get the strike call as Leo brought his arm up, but didn't throw the fist in the air, so we'll have ball 1. Here's the pitch. And we'll have ball 2. So 2-2 to the catcher with Peyton Andrus in the on deck. Nobody on and 1 out. Here's Carson Smith with the pitch. And that one will get us a full count at 3-2. So the visit looks like it disrupted what Carson Smith had going on. We'll see, though. The pitch swung on, and that one will be rolled into the dugout down the third baseline. We stay at 3-2. Warm day here in Missoula. The smoke, though, has cleared out for the most part. Couldn't hardly see the mountains in the backdrop as this one's going to be popped up down the third base line. Third baseman's calling for it. Left fielder says, no, that's mine. He'll put it in the glove, and that's out number 2. So we go to the pitcher, number 20, Peyton Andrus. Andrus settles in. And now the pitch. Swung on. This one will get over the shortstop's head, and Washington will have their first hit of the game as a runner will hit the brakes a third of the way down the line, wanting to take that extra base. And the line drive into left field produces a hit. Carson Vick now, the right fielder, number 15. 2 outs and a runner on board. Here's the pitch, and we'll have it over the plate for strike 1 to Vick. Carson Smith on the bump. Checks the runner at first. And now the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to get a ride into the gap. The center fielder can't get there. Runner from first is around second, on his way to third, and he'll stand up as the throw is made in. And Washington will have runners on the corners off the line drive into the gap in left field. Takes us to Anthony Tatro, the left fielder. And the shadow continues to eat up the infield. Hopefully when the sun goes down, we get a little reprieve from the warmth. Keep telling myself there's only 2 weeks left in the summer. Hold on, the heat will go away, but throw down the, trying to get the runner to go. And we'll have ball 1 to Tatro. That's why I live in Montana, folks, is you only get summer, well, you only get heat for 1 month out of the summer. Sometimes July you'll get it, but August is usually the hot month. But for me, anything over 50 degrees is just too warm. So runners on the corners, pitch on the way, and we'll go to ball 2. Brady Helgeson in the on-deck circle for Washington. They're looking to get the first run of the game for him as this pitch will slide over the plate to get us to strike 1. 2-1 on the count. Runners at first and third. Carson Smith battling through. And the throw to first on the pickup. And when he throws to first, that right hand comes out, and it is a rocket. Hand signal out to the shortstop, and then Smith steps up onto the rubber. The pitch. And we'll be outside for ball 3. It's a game that's played within the game between pitcher and runner with an open base. Love to watch that game as they get into each other's head. Here's the pitch, and that one will walk the batter and load the bases up with 2 outs for Washington. And that'll be the first walk of the game. We go to Brady Helgeson, the third baseman. And the Idaho third baseman goes over and checks in with his pitcher and then settles back in at the bag. The left-handed batter settles in, and the first pitch to him is on its way. It'll be over the plate for strike 1. Helgeson waits for the pitch, and it's low to go even at 1. Top of the order stands in the on-deck circle for Washington. They're looking to go to business here. This one's foul into the general seating area down the third base line, and we go to strike two. Loaded bases for Washington. The pitch is upstairs, and we get an even count at 2 now for Helgeson. The pitch. Swung on. And the side will be decided off a strikeout. Washington loads them up, but they leave them there. And we go to the bottom. Or bottom of the second. Sorry, folks. It's been a long weekend. We'll be right back on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton in Missoula, Montana for the 2018 American Legion Northwest Regional Tournament. It's the Game 11, final game of Day 3. Peyton Andrus on the bump for Washington, and it's Charlie Tettinger at the plate, the catcher for Idaho. Bottom of the order, the 8-9 batter scheduled on the inning. First pitch to Tettinger will be low for ball 1. That puts Jake Jablonski in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to go down the line. It's going to be fair. It'll roll deep into the corner. Runner's around first on his way to second. The throw is made, and a stand-up double to start the bottom of the second for Idaho. So that takes us to the center fielder, number 3, Jake Jablonski. Jablonski to settle in. And the shadow has now overtaken the pitcher's mound on the infield as the sun heads west. And Jablonski will swing for strike 1. Idaho turning 2 runs in the first inning. They're looking to see if they can pad that here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch, and will be inside on the right-handed batter for ball 1. Even on the count at 1 for Jablonski. Top of the order in the on-deck circle with no outs for Idaho. Here's the pitch. Bunt laid down the third base line, picked up, and the throw is made to first, but it will not be. No, they punch him out at first. So the sac bunt will be out number 1, and it does its job as the runner advances from second to third. And we're going to have umpires meet on the field. So we'll hold on this one. And Brian Larson will be late to the party. And Brian Larson jogging out there to get in on the 4-man crew. They're going to discuss it. This is the second time today that they have done that. In the first game, Montana and Alaska. Alaska would have a runner advance from first to third on a wild pitch. The catcher not able to find it, and it was ruled. And Washington's going to go ahead and have their manager come out of the dugout, and this is going to be discussed between Brian Larson and Leo Kirel and the manager for Washington, and it looks like the runner will take the base. Brian Larson doing most of the talking in this conversation. Leo emphasizing something with his catcher's mask as they figure out the call. So a deep discussion between the Washington manager and the two umpires, the first base umpire and the plate umpire. That's Mike Archer out there. Archer pleading his case. From my perspective from it, it looked like maybe Brian Larson had a bad angle on where it was at. He was behind the bag, and our cameraman Coleman agrees. So it'll just depend on the outcome of this conversation. Don't forget, folks, we'll have 2 games tomorrow, 4 and 7. Both these teams will play. The outcome of this game will determine time and who. I know what you're saying. Who's on first? Who's on second? What's on first? And Idaho will be awarded with the runner on at first. And no signal up to the booth. I'm going to say that's a hit then. I'll take charge on that one and say it's a hit. No error. So the bunt call on the out at first is reversed. And Idaho with runners at first and third. Andrus now ready with the pitch. And it's upstairs for ball 1. Braxton Mills, top of the order in the box for Idaho. Throw to first is slung over there by Andrus. And now everybody settles back in. The pitch will come in low and we'll have ball 2. And sometimes when you have a delay like that, folks, it gets into the pitcher's head. He'll need to be checked back in and settled. And Archer's going to come out again for Washington. This time he's going to go out and check in with his pitcher. Like I said, it's a mental game. And the mental part of it, I think, is getting to the pitcher as Archer will climb up on the bump and check in with his pitcher. So bottom of the second with 1 out and Idaho with a threat 90 feet away at third. And Archer will head back to the dugout on the first base line. We'll get back to the action. 2-0 on Braxton Mills. So Peyton Andrus staring down Mills. Gets the pitch. And the runner at first. We'll have the throw over there. So Andrus with the stretch now. Pitch, and this one's into center field. Center field will come up, put it in the glove. The runner at third. No, he drops it. Runner at third will come home, and the throw to second as we have runners at first and second, and another run earned by Idaho. And I believe that will be an error charged to Washington on the drop, and they do put it up there. So Mills reaching off the error on the pop out to center. And we go to John Milner. Washington is going to have to get together in between innings and regroup. Expecting bunt as the ball comes in across the shoulder blades. For ball one to John Milner. Runners at first and second with one out. And we'll have this one over the outside of the plate on the right-hander for strike one. Oh, got to take the out off there as it was taken away on the discussion, thanks to our cameraman, Coleman. So no outs. Runners at first and second for Idaho. Pitch on the way. Bunt laid down. This one's going to hop down the third base line, and the pitcher will get it. The throwback to second, and a double play turn on the pop bunt. And now there's two outs on the board. So we go to Carson Smith with two down and a runner at first. And the shadow has taken over to the first base line now. We should see a change in temperature as that sun recedes. Here's the pitch, and it's high for ball one. So Carson Smith, the pitcher, in the box with 1-0 on the count. And we'll get ball two. Two-0. Runner at first. And the throw to second. The throw to first. I was looking at the 2-0. Bottom of the second. One run earned to make it 3-0, Idaho. The pitch, swung on. This one will be fouled up over everybody's head down the third base line, and we'll have strike one. So for Carson Smith, he is 1 for 1 with a run. Idaho hoping to ride the win from last night. Runner's going to go to second. The throw is made and not in time, and Idaho will have movement on the bases away from the plate. Pitch thrown was a strike, so we go 2-2. Riley Harrison in the on-deck circle for Idaho. Here's the pitch. Inside, and we'll have a full count at 3-2. The pitch. Swung on. It'll foul back and we'll stay at 3-2. Carson Smith. In that game against Wyoming last night. 2 for 2 with 2 runs and 3 RBIs. It was a huge game for Idaho. 15-9, 8 runs racked up, and we'll have a walk to put runners at first and second for Idaho now. So we go to Riley Harrison, the right fielder. And I think that call at first rattled things up for Washington here. 2 outs, runners at first and second, and Andrus with the pitch. Slides over the plate for strike one. He'll watch it go by. For Harrison, he is 1 for 1. And the pitch. That one will slide over the plate to get us to strike two. And Harrison had a reaction like that one was going to hit him, but seeing the way it came out of the fist, looked like it was going to come straight down the pipe. Billings, manager Brian Benjamin, sitting down on the third base line watching the game with his coaches. This one's going to be down the first base line. First baseman will bobble it over the shoulder, and he'll win the run to the bag, and that'll be the side. So Wyoming will earn one. They'll leave two, and we go to the top of the third. 3-0, Idaho. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN as we go to the top of the third inning. Idaho leading Washington 3-0, and it's the top of the order for Washington. Trace Townsend, Carson Smith's first pitch will be a ball to Townsend. Townsend 0 for 1, and we'll have ball 2. And it's only 1-0 on the count, so I missed I believe it's 2-0. I think the scoreboard operator had missed the first pitch. This one will come in for ball 3. Jack Vanderbrake, as we have strike one in the on-deck circle. Leo Kirel, our plate umpire. Pitch on the way. This one's going to be sent high into left field. Left fielder's back at the warning track. It's got a lot of a lot of height, but no leg. And we'll have the first batter down on the inning. So we go to Jack Vanderbrake, the shortstop. The pitch slides over the plate for strike one. Vanderbrake struck out swinging his first at-bat. The pitch swung on, and we'll have strike two. Did have contact, but went back into the catcher. Here's the pitch. Outside, and we get ball one. Carson Smith on the bump, trying to hold off Washington. And this one's going to be into right field. Right fielder will find it, put it in the glove, and that's out number 2. We go to Devin Garner now, the first baseman. 2 outs, nobody on. Washington trying to swing in it here. They're down 3-0 to Idaho. Pitch is over the outside of the plate to get a strike one, but Washington, don't hold them out. They are late inning hitters. As we get the next pitch thrown in, even us out at 1. Here's the pitch, and it's low to give us a ball 2. Garner settles in, pitch, and this one's going to roll past the pitcher. It'll hop over second base. The shortstop will keep it from going into center field, and the runner will reach off the ground ball. With 2 outs, Washington will have a runner on board. That takes us to Spencer Bailey. The center fielder waits for the pitch as the runner at first steps away. Swung on, and Bailey will put this one straight up in the air. The second baseman says it's his. He'll put it in the glove, and it is. So a runner on board for Washington, but he gets left behind, and we go to the bottom of the third. Washington 0, Idaho 3. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Welcome back to MPSN as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Idaho leading Washington, and it is number 22, Matthew Reynolds, the first baseman, to start things off. Here's the pitch, and it will slide over the plate for strike one. For Peyton Andrus. Here's the stretch by Andrus, and this one's bounced down the third base line, foul for strike 2. So 0-2 on the count as the shadow has overgrown to the point where we can take the shades off. Still pretty warm here at Allegiance Field. 0-2 to the first baseman. It's Reynolds, Nealbeck, and Vega. And this one will bounce to the pitcher. The throw to first, and we've got out number 1 on the board. So that takes us to Alex Nealbeck with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the Andrus pitch, and he'll send it over the plate for strike 1. Leo, our plate umpire, with the deep call on the strike. Watching the helicopter take off on the hospital across the way as we go to ball 1. Looks like it was kind of hovering and shifting back and forth. Now it'll get a good takeoff. Had a fascination with helicopters ever since Magnum PI. I was not a Magnum fan as we have the ball over the outside of the plate for strike 2. I was all about TC. I loved the helicopter, the van, the muscles. I was all about TC. I wasn't all about that Ferrari and mustache from Magnum. Pitch outside gets us even at 2 on the count. Alex Neilbeck, the second baseman, 1 for 1 with an RBI. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and we'll have a strikeout for out number 2. That'll be the second strikeout of the game for Andrus. Bottom of 3. Idaho over Washington, 3-0. Here's the Andrus pitch. And that one will get outside on the right-handed batter for ball 1. Peyton Andrus doing well, as this one slides over the plate to even us out at 1. A little bit rattled after a questionable call down the first base line, but he has settled himself back down, and we're ready to roll. The pitch, and we'll have ball 2. Charlie Tettinger or Isaiah Vega in the on-deck circle, with 1 out and nobody on. The 1-1 pitch results in ball 2. Here's the pitch. And we'll get strike 2 for a full count at 3-2 to Vega. Andrus with the pitch. And we'll have a walk to put a runner on for Idaho with 2 outs. So we go to the catcher, number 25, Charlie Tettinger. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, where Idaho leads 3-0. Not worried about Washington, though. They are late inning bloomers, as they usually put runs up later on. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be off the bat, into the glove of the shortstop, and that's the side. So Idaho loads one on, leaves them there, and we go to the top of the 4th. Washington 0, Idaho 3. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside. You can still take your hockey in the 1/3
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to North Avenue and see what they have for your hockey. Garden of Reading has a large stock of books, gifts, music, toys, and more. Stop in to Sacred Grounds for their full-service coffee bar featuring Missoula's best gourmet coffee. While you're there, pick up a pound of Garden of Reading's award-winning fudge and get a half-pound for free. Garden of Reading is Missoula's home for the best dietary supplement, Define 8. Garden of Reading is located at 2621 Brook Street. Garden of Reading is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network, as we're at the top of the 4th inning. Idaho leading Washington 3-0. Winner moves on in the winner's side of the bracket. The loser drops to the loser's side of the bracket. Down to 4 here on Friday. We'll have 2 games tomorrow, 4 and 7. For Washington, it will be Tanner Klein to start off. So 5, 6, 7 scheduled on the inning. The pitch on the way, and this one's going to be hit. Line drive into left field, and Washington will start the inning off with a hit. And that's the first time in the game that they have put a runner on board to start the inning. We go to Peyton Andreas now, the pitcher. 1 on and nobody out. Second batter of the inning. Carson Smith as he'll throw the pitch over the plate for strike one to Andreas. Carson Vick in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. And we'll have ball one. So Andrus, 1 for 1. Smith checks the runner at first, and the pitch is on its way. This one will be a line drive into center, and back-to-back hits put runners on board for Washington. This is usually when their bats warm up. We go to Carson Vick, the right fielder now. 1 for 1. Washington feeling a stride here with no outs. Vick will settle in. Runners at first and second will take a lead. Tanner Klein with a heavy one as he'll come back to the bag when Smith steps off. Here's the pitch. Bunt laid down. And we'll have ball two. 2-1 on the count. Anthony Tatro in the on-deck circle. And the pitch. First baseman is going to come up expecting the bunt. It will be laid down, and they're going to say foul for strike two. Hawaii had a bunt earlier today. It came off the bat and just landed in the grass and didn't move anywhere. I've never seen that before. Usually when it comes off the bat, it's got a little backspin, it's got a little roll, but this one came off the bat and just sat right on the fringe, making it tough for the pitcher to come up and get it. This one by Smith will get us a full count at 3-2. Carson Vick trying to get his boys at first and second a little something as this one's popped up down the first base line. First baseman is back there. He'll call for it, and Matthew Reynolds will put it in the glove for out number one. So the pop out to the first baseman takes us to Anthony Tatro, the left fielder. Tatro settling in, and the first pitch by Smith. Swung on. This one's going to be in the center field. Center fielder will run up on it. Runner at second will advance to third. The throw home is made, and Washington will have loaded bases for the second inning in a row with one out. So we go to Brady Hegelson. And they've been putting the hits up on the board for Idaho and not Washington. The scoreboard in center field. Here's the pitch. Check swing will be ball one to Anthony Tatro, who has been walked his first at bat. Now they're making the adjustment. Here's the pitch. Loaded bases with one out. 2-0 on the count to the left fielder. Here's the pitch. That's over the plate for strike one. So Carson Smith getting himself into the count. Now 1-2, or at 2-1 with one out. Loaded bases for Washington. Looking for their first run of the game. This one swung on. We'll get strike two. Here's the 2-2 by Carson Smith. He's going to bounce this one out. Second baseman will pick it up. The tag at the bag. The throw to first is high, and the runner from third will score. That'll make it 2 outs, and Washington's on the board on the fielder's choice. So that takes us to Trace Townsend. One run earned, makes it 3-1 Idaho. Washington put the runs on in late innings, so I have been waiting for their bats to warm up, and now they have. Runner at first is going to go. The throw to second has been made, and the runner at first will be in the pinch. The throw, the tag, and he'll be punched out. They say the run at home is earned, and Washington will make it 3-2 before we go to the bottom of the fourth. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN as we're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Chris Stratton at Allegiance Field at Ogren Park, where Idaho leads 3-2 over Washington. This is the winner's side of the bracket. Winner of the game will move on undefeated so far. Bottom of the order for Idaho and Jake Jablonski, the center fielder. So it's 9-1-2 on the inning. 2 games tomorrow, 4-7. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to be popped into left field. Left fielder runs up on it, puts it in the glove, and we've got one down here in the bottom of the fourth. Swinging to the top of the order now for Idaho to the left fielder, Braxton Mills. Peyton Andrus with the stretch. And we'll have ball one as it bounces behind the plate. Peyton Andrus leans back, and now he'll have the pitch. Swung on for strike one. For Mills, he's 0 for 2. Reached off an error his last at bat, one of the 2 errors charged to Washington. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's into the gap, rolls into left field, and Idaho will have a runner at first with 1 out. That takes us to John Milner, the shortstop. Idaho looking to see if they can pad their lead as Washington adds runs in the late innings. This one's tighter than the game last night between Idaho and Wyoming. Here's the pitch. And we'll come in low for ball one. It all comes down to pitching this time of the tournament. Got to be a good 4 or 5 guys deep in order to really be successful at the postseason tournaments. That's the AA, the state tournament, and the divisional, and the classic. Throw to first. Runner stands back up. That's Braxton Mills. John Milner now waiting for the 1-0, and they throw back over. Brian Larson, our first base umpire, with a dramatic safe call out there. But it's always the umpire with the drama. Here's the pitch. And that'll be over the plate for strike one. 1-1 on the count to Milner. Bottom of the fourth, and Andrus has got 62 pitches on his count. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to get off the toe. The runner will advance to second as the catcher looks for the ball. The pitcher will have to come up and pick it up off the third base line. And with one out, Idaho will have a runner at second. And Andrus says he wants a fresh ball. Leo will oblige, and this one will be tossed back to the dugout. The on-deck man, Carson Smith, will throw it in the hole. 3-2, Idaho over Washington. Upstairs for ball 2. That would be ball 3. Didn't mark down the last wild pitch. So we're 3-1. Here's the pitch. And we'll have a walk to put runners at first and second. And that is the first walk of the game. No, it's the second. I don't have it marked on my sheet. So we go to Carson Smith with 1 out and 2 on board. Smith to settle in. Pitcher versus pitcher duel. Andrus will stare him down, and now he'll have the stretch. And we'll have ball 1 on the outside pitch. Left-handed batter is Smith. Smith is 1 for 1 with a run and was walked his last at bat. Here's the pitch. And that's inside to get us ball 2. Carson Smith on the bump. At the plate last night against Wyoming. Smith 2 for 2 with 2 runs and 3 RBIs. And time is called as Mike Archer, the manager for Washington, will come out of the bullpen, or out of the dugout. He hangs out on the bullpen side of the dugout. And he'll check in. This is just a visit. Folks, if you're planning on making a visit somewhere, a little mini vacation, an extended vacation, get a hold of our friends over at Grand Slam Travel. Grand Slam Travel, Mark Richardson watches out for you. Get your hotel, your plane, maybe you need a car or a train ticket. Wherever you're going, get a hold of Grand Slam Travel as they'll take care of it. All you got to do is pack, and Mark Richardson will get you on the go. You can find Grand Slam Travel on Facebook at Grand Slam Travel. Grand Slam Travel is a proud sponsor of the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Back into the action with Carson Smith on a 2-0 count with 1 out and runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. And we'll have strike 1. Andrus with the stretch. And now the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to roll. Second baseman will get on the hop. The throw to second, and they'll have the tag on the fielder's choice. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. So the fielder's choice results in an out. And we go to Riley Harrison. Looks like some of the boys from one of the teams spent some time in the river as they're here in the stadium in their swimsuits. I think that's Billings. I think that's Ryan Evison over there. Recognize him. He's 6'7", so he stands out. So 2 outs, runners at first and third for Idaho. The pitch on the way, runner at first is going to go, and they won't make the throw. So he'll get the free base. And now Washington with action in the third baseline bullpen. First baseline bullpen. So 1-0 to Riley Harrison, who is 1 for 2. The pitch. Swung on. This one's going to be popped up foul up over the third baseline backstop, and that's number 11 over there for Washington in the pen. Eric Towsley. So 1-1 on the count with 2 down and runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to roll to the first baseman, and the race to the bag will be won by the first baseman, and that's the side. So Idaho loads a couple on, but they leave them there, and we go to the top of the 5th. Idaho 3, Washington 2. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Hockey.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we're in the top of the 5th inning. Idaho holding on 3-2 over Washington. And we will have Trace Townsend coming to the plate. Top of the order for Washington. Townsend, Vanderbrake, and Gardner. Here's the pitch, and it'll be outside on the plate, or outside the plate on the right-handed batter for ball 1. Carson Smith, 4 innings through, struck out 2, walked 1, allowed 2 runs off of 6 hits. As the ball slides over the plate to even us out at 1. Trace Townsend, 0 for 2 on the night. He'll let that one go by to get us to ball 2. Townsend against Oregon was 1 for 4. Against Billings, Townsend would go 1 for 3 with 2 runs. So we go even at 2 on the count on the strike pitch. to the second baseman. Outside for a full count. Three-two. The pitch swung on. This one's foul down the third base line, and we stay at 3-2. Got some more boys over to the left of us with their swim trunks on and no shirts, so I'm guessing one of the teams went for a dip today. I want to say it's Billings because I'm pretty sure that's Ryan Evenson sitting down the first base line, as this one will slide across the shoulders of the batter, and he'll take the base off the walk, and Idaho will allow a runner on board for the second inning in a row. No outs. The leadoff batter for Washington has made it on board the last two innings. So Carson Smith will face Jake Vanderbeek. Showing bunt. Third baseman's up the line, and the bunt's laid down foul for strike one. So Vanderbeek will settle in. 0 for 2. Smith on the bump, and Vanderbeek showing bunt. Third baseman comes up the line. And the bunt laid off. Pitch goes over the plate to get us to strike two. So 0-2 on the count with one on and no outs. Throw over to first and back in time. Sun starting to disappear now over the horizon. Here's the pitch. Outside, and we'll have ball one. Vanderbeek, a right-handed batter, looks down the third base line, and Coach Archer gets the signal in. Pitch will be foul back into the backstop, and we'll stay alive at 1-2. Legions Field, Ogren Park, home of the Missoula Osprey rookie ball team. This one's going to be popped into the stands down the first base line, and we'll stick at 1-2. So Washington trying to stick together here. They're down one run in the top of the fifth. Hour and 20 minutes so far on the game. Throw to first as Townsend dives back in. Townsend at first off the walk to start the inning. We've seen action in the Washington bullpen, but nothing from Idaho. Keeping it tight here on a close game. We are starting to slow down, though. Devin Garner in the on-deck circle with no outs. Here's the pitch, and this one's reached for. Foul back, and we stay at 1-2. So Vanderbeek continues to battle. Smith fighting through. The pitch. Swung on. This one's into center field. Center fielder with the back pedal. It's in the glove. Runner at first will stay, and we've got one down off the pop fly into center field. That moves us to the first baseman, Devin Garner. Garner ready to go, as we've got an ambulance streaming by. And we'll have strike one now to Garner. Spencer Bailey in the on-deck circle for Washington. And we'll have Smith step off the rubber. Here's Smith with the pitch, and we'll have ball one. Smith checks the runner at first. And he's going to go. The throw to second, and he can't hold on to it. And Townsend will stand at second now with one out on the board. Pitch thrown was a strike, so we go 1-2 on the count. They go check in on the second baseman. That was a tough one for that ball to come in. The runner trying to get to the bag. There's not much room on those bases with two big guys trying to get to it. So Garner will settle back in on 1-2 on the count with one out and a runner at second. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and we'll have a strikeout for out number two. Garner swinging on the strikeout. Be the third one of the game for Smith, and we go to Spencer Bailey, the center fielder, with two down and a runner at second. Bailey to settle in, and Carson Smith leaning in to get the pitch. That's going to be a ball. Catcher will pick it up. The throw is high to third, and we get a tag at third base as the runner at third cannot get back to the bag, and that's the side. So we go to the bottom of the fifth with Idaho holding on to a 3-2 lead over Washington. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take your hockey in the Some changes in life are too painful to go through alone, and Cunningham Law can help in making difficult decisions from divorce to child custody. Kyle Cunningham focuses solely on family law. Cunningham Law will help you land on your feet when big changes come to your family and life. Visit www.familylawmontana.com or give Kyle a call at 406-203-4678 today. Cunningham Law Services. You don't have to go through this alone. Cunningham Law is a proud sponsor of the Northwest Regional Tournament.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton in Missoula, Montana for the 2018 Northwest Regional Tournament. We are in the bottom of the fifth inning on game 11 of the tournament. Down to 4 teams. Tomorrow we'll have 2 games, 4 and 7. Leading off for Idaho, it is Matthew Reynolds. 5, 6, 7 batters on the inning scheduled. Peyton Andrus on the bump. And the first pitch is on its way over the plate for strike one. So Idaho would like to get a little padding in their one-run lead, as Washington has the ability to add runs on late innings. Here's the pitch, and we'll be upstairs for ball one. Matthew Reynolds 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Swung on. It'll be into the backstop to get a strike two. This is the final few games for the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of Legion baseball. This one's popped down the right field line. It's in the glove, and we've got one down here in the bottom of the fifth. So it takes us to Alex Nielebeck. So Nielebeck will settle in with nobody on and one out. Lights are on here at Allegiance Field. The pitch. And we'll have ball one as it's in the dirt. For Nielebeck, he's 1 for 1 with an RBI. The pitch. And we'll have ball two. The pitch. And we go to ball three very quickly. So Andrus falling behind. We have seen action in the Washington bullpen. No appearance yet, though, as the 3-0 will result in strike one. Isaiah Vega in the on-deck circle for Idaho. Here's the 3-1. And we'll have a walk to put our runner on for Idaho. That'll take us to Isaiah Vega. With one on and one out. Vega settles in. Andrus with the stare down. And now the pitch. It's low for ball one. So the string getting loose here, it looks like, for Andrus. We'll see if he can tighten it back up. He steps off the rubber to force Nielebeck back to first. The pitch. Swung on. This one's popped up high. Shallow center, and the center fielder will put it in the glove, and that's 2 outs. So that takes us to the catcher, number 25, Charlie Tettinger. Tettinger with a runner at first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and it's going to slide over the plate for strike one on the left-handed batter. Tettinger is 1 for 2. Had a nice little double on a line drive into down the third base line. Throw to first. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to tag the batter to put runners at first and second as it went into the backside. And that's the first hit batter of the game. Takes us to the bottom of the order to Jake Jablonski with 2 down and 2 on. Jablonski to settle in. And the pitch by Andrus. That one's upstairs for ball one. It's a fine line with these pitchers. You know, you get to this point in the season and Archer's going to come out and nullify my comment I was going to make, but I'll go ahead and finish it. You get to this time of the year and a lot of managers will let their pitchers play through because they've been to this situation. They've had 2 outs with 2 on. And Archer's just going to come out and converse with his pitcher. as we've got flashing lights heading up Broadway behind us. Lots of action going on. The emergency helicopter has been in and out quite a bit. And Archer now on his way back to the dugout. So we go back to the 1-0 to Jablonski. Jablonski 1 for 2. We're at 87 pitches for Andrus. This one will come in low to get us ball 2. And with 2 outs, I imagine that Archer just explained the importance of getting through the inning. We'll get one over the plate, so the 2-0 will result in strike 1. Top of the order in the on-deck circle for Idaho. Here's the pitch. And that one's off the toe. Runners at second and third will advance on the wild pitch, and we go 3-1 on the count. And that puts Neil Beck at third and Tettinger at second. The pitch swung on. This one's going to bounce. Shortstop will pick it up on the hop. The throw to first is on target, and that's the side. So Idaho, for the second inning in a row, they'll load runners up on the bases, but they won't able to get them home. And we go to the top of the 6th inning, 3-2 Idaho. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at MPSN406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. NPSN.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the top of the 6th inning where Idaho holds on 3-2 over Washington. And for Washington, it's their center fielder, Spencer Bailey, to get things going. Washington looking to equalize or pull ahead. Top of 6, and Washington puts a man in the bullpen to warm up as the first pitch to Bailey from Carson Smith is over the plate for strike 1. 69 miles an hour. We do have a gun here. It's not ours, but ours in the Missoula Prep Sports Network. This is going to hop between the center fielder and the shortstop, and Washington will put a runner on to start the inning. That's the second inning in a row that Washington has put a runner on. So we go to Tanner Klein, the catcher. Klein to settle in with 1 on and no outs. Here's the pitch. Bunt laid down, picked up. Throw to second is on target, and the fielder's choice. They'll turn the double play. Idaho on top of it as they clear the bases on the 1-6-3 double play. And we go to Peyton Andrus, the pitcher. And Andrus will dance out of the way as the pitch is at the feet for ball 1. 2 pitchers in the bullpen. We've got number 22, and I cannot see the other one, as we'll have strike 1. I want to say that's 11. 11 and 22. We're going to wait to confirm as we have strike 2. So with the aid of the double play, Carson Smith saying, I can finish this out, and now we've got action in the bullpen for Idaho. This one's hit right at Smith into the glove, and he's going to show it to the umpire, and the umpire says that's the side. It's 1, 2, 3 for Washington off a couple of dazzling plays. And we go to the bottom of the 6th with Idaho holding on 3-2. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and the Cross Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop.
Welcome back to MPSN as the YMCA blaring on the loudspeakers here at Allegiance Field at Ogren Park. Idaho at the plate. And our plate umpire pointing at the plate. Pitch count is what they're looking for. 92, and Coleman, if you'll reset the camera for us. That way our viewers at home, there we go, can get the full screen. All right, bottom of 6, Idaho leading Washington 3-2, and it's the top of the order, Braxton Mills at the plate for Idaho. First pitch will float in for ball 1. It is Peyton Andrus on the bump with action in the bullpen for Washington. This pitch is upstairs to get us ball 2. So for Mills, he's 1 for 3. Reached off an error. His second at bat, and a single is last. This one's going to be off the middle of the bat. Short second baseman's back, calling for it. He'll put it in the glove, and that's 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. So that will take us to the shortstop, John Milner. 1 down, nobody on. And work in the bullpen on the first base line now for Idaho. Here's the pitch by Andrus. And this one's going to be rolled out by Milner. Second baseman can't get there, and Idaho will have a runner at first with 1 out. So we go to Carson Smith now, the pitcher. And it looks like number 2, Cale Lefevre, warming up for Idaho down the third base line. Here's Peyton Andrus for Washington. And he'll drop one in for ball 1. Here's Andrus. Swung on, and this is going to roll right to the same gap the last ball went to. The right fielder will come to a knee, and the throw to second is made. And with 1 out, Idaho will have runners at first and second. They've been able to load runners up the last few innings, but Andrus and Washington holding them off. So that takes us to the right fielder, Riley Harrison. Harrison 1 for 3. And Archer is going to go ahead and stroll out. We're at 97 pitches for Andrus. Archer taking his time going out there. I'm not quite sure if this is hello or if this is a goodbye, and it's a goodbye as Andrus hands the ball over to Archer. So we'll have a new pitcher on the mound for Washington when we come back. We'll be back in 90 seconds on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN. A lot going on in that switch. A lot of internal switches on the field, so we'll get you those in just a moment. And it is Eric Towsley on the bump for Washington now with Riley Harrison at the plate. Devin Garner, the catcher. Spencer Bailey in right field. Peyton Andrus, as this one's going to be blasted in right field. It's got a lot of leg. It's back. And the catch at the warning track. Runner at second will advance. And now we get a little confusion. And we have the throw to first. And the side is gone. Runner at first ran back and forth between first and second. And everybody's left standing. And Washington will go to the top of the 7th. Just like that. Inning's over. We'll be back right after this with the top of the 7th inning where it's all or nothing for Washington.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at MPSN406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. NPSN.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN as we're at the top of the 7th inning where Washington needs 1 run to equalize or 2 to get the walk-off over Idaho. Idaho holding on throughout the game. Carson Smith on the bump. And it's the bottom of the order for Washington. Carson Vick, the second baseman, at the plate. We have seen Lefevre in the bullpen warming up for Idaho. The first pitch will be a ball, so we'll see how things go as the throw from the catcher rolls to the shortstop. So Vick, Tatro, and Helgeson in the schedule, and this is a swing for strike one. 1-1 on the count. Here's the pitch, and we'll get it over the plate for strike two. Anthony Tatro in the on-deck circle. Carson Vick, he is 1 for 2. Here's the 2-1. And I'm backwards on the count as we go 3-1. Thought I saw Leo put a hand up on that first one. So 3-1 on the count. And there's a strike to give us a full count, as Vick thought he was going to get the free base. Lefevre back in the pen down the third base line. Pitch rolls out, shortstop picks it up on the roll. The throw to first is on target, and we've got one down. So we go to Anthony Tatro, the left fielder, with one down here in the top of the seventh. Idaho trying to stay undefeated. And we get the pitch in by Smith for ball one. Pitch, this one's tipped foul up over the first baseline dugout, and it's going to go 6 rows up and bounce back out to the first baseman. Strike one. So 1-1 to the left fielder for Tatro. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Reached off a fielder's choice his last at bat. Idaho trying to hold on. And Tatro ready to go. Here's the pitch. It's into center field. Center fielder will come up. It's in the glove, and the line drive will be out number 2. So we go to the bottom of the order to the third baseman, Brady Helgeson. And the pitch count asked for, and it's 99. So Carson Smith looking to close the game out. Idaho could have closed out over Wyoming last night, but pitcher on the bump played through, and Wyoming came through. Here's the pitch, the throw to third, and Idaho will get the 3-2 win over Washington. So Idaho will move on. Listening in for the matchups. So Washington and Wyoming at 4. Washington and Wyoming at 4, and Montana and Idaho at 7. So that's your matchup for tomorrow. 4 teams left, folks, and it has been a great day of baseball. Idaho stays undefeated. Idaho picking up the win, 3-2. Washington getting 2 runs off of 7 hits, 2 errors, and 4 left on. For Idaho, it would be 3 runs off of 8 hits, no errors, and 9 left on. So we'll be back in action tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Make sure you tune into the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Until then, have yourself a safe and happy Saturday morning. Good night, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.